Hello. Greetings, everyone, and we just want to say it's been an honor being here, letting you all know what we do from Folium Biosciences. My name is Robert Ivy. I am a global business development strategist at Folium Biosciences.
And I'm Jessica Ivy. Yes, we are a husband and wife team at Folium Biosciences in Colorado, out of the United States of America.
Well, actually, I'm her dad. So we're going to do a Q&A on what we do at Folium Biosciences as development strategists for our customers who want to acquire the highest quality non-psychoactive cannabinoids. So, and then we'll go through each bullet point, and then we'll ask some questions from everyone.
We'll have you ask questions, we'll answer, we can go back and forth and make a great experience out of it.
Yeah. So, not all hemp is created equal. That's our slogan at Folium Biosciences. And it's very important that our customers understand that. It's kind of a statement that we've chosen to separate ourselves in the marketplace. There's so many different types of extraction processes, different types of hemp that are derived from places all over the world. And a lot of it is very low quality. A lot of biomass is produced in places where the environment is harsh. There's a lot of pollution and things like that, which are then transferred over into the extraction of the oil and different products. So we feel that our extraction process and our plants are superior based on the phenotypes of plants that we use and different genetics that we use. We don't use a male industrial hemp plant at Folium Biosciences. We use a female industrial hemp plant, which is very high in phytocannabinoids. So in our extraction, we have multiple lipids, fatty acids, and of course, phyto-rich cannabinoids.
Yes, and even to kind of back up a little bit before that, you know, who is Folium Biosciences? We are the largest vertically integrated hemp-derived CBD manufacturer in the United States, which means that we have our hands on every step of the process, right? So as Robert is saying, you know, it starts with the plant, where it's grown, every step, right? The extraction, producing finished ingredients and finished products, and helping our customers navigate that process along the way. One other, you know, with Robert mentioned the female hemp plant, right? That's a big piece to what sets us apart, because it's not a male industrial hemp plant which is grown for its seeds and fibers, but rather it's rich in cannabinoids. CBD, of course, is one of the most well-known, but other minor cannabinoids, right, such as CBG, CBN, CBC, all the letters of the alphabet, right? And with those cannabinoids being in a high content, but then THC being so low, when you look at our plant, it looks like medical cannabis because it is medicinal in nature. Low THC, of course, classifying it as hemp, really allows us to bring that high quality medicinal grade product to the masses. Absolutely.
And so the great thing about Folium is our certifications. So we are certified by the state of Colorado under section code 7606 of the Federal Farm Bill Act of 2014, and now 2018 Farm Bill Act, which we're really excited about. Our plant, even though it is a female cannabis plant, low THC count, high CBD ratio, our plant is deemed as industrial hemp. And we control roughly 1,000 acres of our own fields, and we source the rest from contracted farmers, which is also another reason why we're here in Greece, to discuss with the governments on how we can also create the same footprint that we've created in North America for the country of Greece and partner with farmers to make Greece the epicenter of hemp cultivation, distribution, and finished goods. So what that really means is infrastructure, right? How do we control everything? How do we make sure that the customer receives the best quality product to take into their body, right? We must make sure that each process and every step is fully controlled. Why Folium Biosciences? We've solidified ourselves in the United States as the largest. We were the first, and our processes and our technology continue to innovate with making new and creative finished products, bulk raw ingredients, white labeling services, and ultimately business development.
And I like to point out that with Folium, we, being a manufacturer and a wholesale distributor of hemp and CBD, we don't have a retail brand. And we plan to never have a retail brand because we don't want to compete with our customers. We just want to help businesses obtain the best quality product to then you be the face, you be the star of the show. We want to sit back in the, backstage and just keep providing you the best technology and resources to let you shine.
Absolutely, yeah. We just want to do what we do best, is make bulk and finished ingredients. We have nailed down the bulk ingredient platform. So we produce a raw oil that is very, very high in phytocannabinoids. The last batch of oil that we produced came out at 90.34%. Amazing. Very, very high quality. Low THC, which then we extract all THC out with a chromatography process. Then from the oil, we make bulk finished raw goods like water-soluble liquids, water-soluble powders. We make a product called hydro-PCR for beverages that stays fully suspended in any liquid you put it in. It's revolutionizing the CBD beverage industry. And we allow our customers to formulate and make different products with that. We just received our certificate of free sale at Folium Biosciences. We're the first hemp company to ever have this certification. This is huge for us. This states that our product is now food grade, cosmetic grade, and always 0.0% THC.
And of course, that's so important, right, for the global distribution, right? We are proud to have that 0.0% THC product. It's really another one of the things that sets us apart and lets us help to remove the stigma associated with cannabis so that people can start to learn that it is a beneficial plant, molecule, and there's without that psychoactive effect that it can really shine as a beneficial plant.
And it's wild. As I was actually just talking about hydro-PCR, I forgot that I added some hydro-PCR to this water. So this water actually has some nanotized microemulsion CBD that we make in with our technology. So if you look at it, I mean, it looks like it's just water. But there's actually 10 milligrams of nano-emulsified CBD in this water. Just a little side note. So we are strictly B2B. We don't have a retail brand. Just to kind of piggyback on what Jessica said, we are the bulk manufacturers. So we have minimum order quantities that we look for certain customers to partner with in that aspect. So customer exploration. So it's very important for us to make sure that we know exactly who we're working with. At Folium, we're very selective on who we choose as our partners. Not everyone is able to meet our minimums, which is okay because we have certain customers that become distributors for our product. For maybe smaller B2B customers that can't meet our minimums, we are more than happy to say, hey, call this person. This is someone who sources only our product, and you can get quality product from them, and in order to achieve your goal. And then ultimately, we're here for you if you do make up the decision to grow bigger and meet our minimums to come direct. which I would like to plug Philokana, who is our partner here in Greece. Very, very great people. They're one of our distributors here, ultimately, hopefully, that source from our products, and that we can get you product through them if you have lower minimum quantities.
And there are a few things that we always recommend anyone who is starting out in the CBD space, or thinking of or branching out and including CBD into their product line. We always recommend that obviously there's going to be, with minimum requirements for purchasing product through us, there's going to be a source of capital, obviously, that's going to be needed. That's big, right? Because, maybe you can help me elaborate on that part, but basically just you have to be able to come in and set yourself apart with having the inventory on hand, right? If you were going to launch in this space, what we've seen in America and also in our other, we ship to 26 different countries, so we have customers around the world. And what we're seeing with those customers is that the demand is huge, right? The people who normally they launch a new product and they sell 200 units a week of a non-CBD product, they're seeing their CBD product sell 1,000 units per week, where it was normally 200, right? So obviously having that inventory on hand and being prepared for the explosive demand of this industry is definitely key.
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback on that, so what we've seen since the Farm Bill was passed in 2018, which is monumental for us in the United States. I mean, this was a bill that we've all been waiting for. I mean, we've been talking about it for years. When CBD becomes federally legal to move throughout the United States, we've been waiting for this moment. And we've seen an increase prior to the Farm Bill passing, and then when the Farm Bill actually passed, I mean, it's just been explosive. The phone calls we've been getting from people, all throughout the United States on how to secure product. One of our customers who's in a big box store, the big box store told them that this was the fastest selling product of all that they've ever seen. But with that being said, we kind of come to a point where we want to ask you questions, or have you ask us questions on anything that we've talked about so far. So does anyone have any questions so far? Yes, sir.
I want to ask you, in the United States, the limit for THC is until 0.2 or until 0.3% for the plant, correct?
For the plant? Jessica, this is my technical person.
Yes, 0.3% THC by dry weight in the plant.
But what about the finished product, the CBD oil that's on the market? Is there any specific limit for the THC?
I believe it's also 0.3% because, for example, in the state of Colorado, our plants have to be grown, let me back up. In the United States, our plants have to be grown with 0.3% THC or less, right? And then when we extract the oil from the plants, the THC content is roughly 2%, right? 1.5% to 2%. So we will reduce the THC amount in the plants so that we have a 0.3% THC oil that's available for our customers in Colorado. But then for us to ship, state to state and internationally, we then remove THC down to 0.0%. Also because even in the state of Colorado, there are those customers who don't want the liability associated with THC. There are always the people who don't want the psychoactive effects. There's always the pets and children, right, that you don't want to expose them to. So
yeah, and then there's also different regulations, county by county, state by state, dispensaries even that say, we don't want a product that has 0.0% THC. You must have some sort of THC in that product. So what dispensaries have been told that they can do is sell it as a commodity in their gift shop. So prior to them entering into the dispensary where they sell, T-shirts and things like that, they can sell this 0.0% THC product, but then also they can add the THC to it and sell that in their dispensing area.
And actually, to piggyback off of that, I mentioned some of the things we recommend our customers have, right? Obviously, capital, you want to make sure you have inventory to sell and not run out. You don't want to have that out of stock sign on your shelf, correct? But also legal advice, right? Here at Folium, there's no way that we can learn all the legalities and regulations of every single city, county, state, country, right? And so that is why it's definitely important to have your own legal team to, bounce those questions off of. We're not lawyers, but we do play a lawyer on TV, right? But and actually, the third thing that we do recommend that our customers always have is the channels of distribution, right? It's always a great idea when you're getting into any business, you have to have a plan of what you're going to do with that product and how you're going to distribute it.
Yeah, and I want to kind of go back to because we're here to help, we're here to educate. I want to go back to any questions that you may have on the female hemp plant, vertical integration, 0.0% THC, or B2B business. So are there any other questions that anyone has at this time? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So our minimum, for some people it seems astronomical, but our minimums are $10,000 per order, right? That are spread around in different SKUs. So on our first order, we have the $10,000 minimum, and if you're getting things bottled from us, it's 100 bottles per SKU on your first order. If you're getting bulk, there's different bulk minimums per SKU. So for example, we make a phytocannabinoid-rich, water-soluble CBD soft gel. So the soft gel on your first order, it is a $5,000 minimum SKU, right? But if you want that bottled, it's 5,000, soft gels, right? But if you want that bottled, it's 100 bottles. Second order, same SKU minimum on bulk, but 500 bottles per SKU. Our face masks and our powdered drink mix, which are two new products that we just made, those are 5,000 units per SKU. And I mean, it goes on and on. We have such a large product lineup right now, and it's increasing. It's just based product by product, but it's always going to be that $10,000 minimum. Any other questions so far? Yes.
Where can I get a list of distributors that already have your products? Like as a consumer, if I want to try these soft gels tomorrow, where do I get them? Right now? How does it work?
Good question. There's a lot. It's kind of like it's a case by case, because not all of our customers carry all of our products. So we would do exploration with you. We'll say, hey Sylvia, what are you actually looking for? How much are you looking for? And then what we would do is we would say, okay, John over here has exactly that, or Sarah has that, and different minimums per customer. So we would pair you up with who we saw fit.
Yeah, and just as as a professional courtesy to our current customers, and based on confidentiality because of the fact that we're the manufacturer and they are sourcing their products from us, right? That's the same professional courtesy that we extend to all customers and future customers that basically no one would be able to, we won't publish a list of our customers, right?
Thank you.
That way no one's going to go around you when you're establishing your business relationship with us. There won't be anyone coming and trying to cut you out of that process as well.
Right.
Does that make sense?
And
not that that's what you're trying to do, but just as a...
And to kind of piggyback on that, you're exactly right. So we have a preferred vendors list, right, of customers that have said, hey, yeah, that's okay. We give you permission to give other people our information to source product.
Yeah, such as Filocana, right? they're here. They've infused their olive oil with our CBD and making a great product. They want everyone to know about that, right?
And so we asked them first, and they said, "Oh heck yeah!" So more than happy to share, right? Because we feel that everyone should be taking our products. Dr. Raj Gupta is our Chief Scientific Officer. This guy's a magician. He's amazing. He formulates all of our products for the human line. For our pet line, we have an amazing doctor named Dr. Robert Silver, who formulates all of our pet products. So, any other questions? We're gonna. Oh, go for it. Can you hear?
Hi. You said before that your THC in America is 0.3, if I'm correct, right?
0.03.
Yeah, 0.03.
0.03.
0.3.
0.3, sorry. Dyslexic.
In Europe, I know it because I worked with the legality for THC is 0.2. So how is it going to be if we want your products? What is happening with the legality issues between America and Europe?
Well, we do, in the state of Colorado, we'll offer a 0.3% THC product for just a raw oil, right? The hemp oil, right? That then people can take and make their own products, right? But everything else that we produce, all of the soft gels and all of the other ingredients and finished products, those are all 0.0% THC. So that's what we ship all over. Yes. The 0.3% is a very specific, isolated, not to be confused with isolate, but a specific product.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback on that, we don't do isolate. But yeah, that goes back to that certificate of free sale. That was one of the qualifications that we needed to have. So we got a perfect score on our examination for when they came into our facility to do our testing. So we must have that 0.0% THC content all the time. Yeah. So and that's cool because it doesn't pigeonhole you as a business owner. You now are able to enter into a global market rather than a specific market that's in a specific jurisdiction. You can actually get a higher profit margin and distribute throughout different parts of the world. Yeah.
Any other questions? THC, CBD.
Okay, so customer exploration. I just want to touch back on that. So very, very specific on who we deal with. We want to make sure that our customers, can you hear me? We want to make sure that our customers are set up for success. Our main goal is to help you make money because, quite frankly, when you make money, we make money. And the way that we feel at Folium Biosciences is that we're also revolutionizing the way we help the world. There's not many industries that you can get into where you're also making a profit by helping people. So we're not only putting food on the table, we're able to help people with certain things that have going on in their bodies, different dysfunctions. Now, we're not making any claims, but we've seen throughout the world that by using this molecule and getting it into your body that it helps. So we want to make sure that our customers are effective in reaching their potential market. So what we do is we ask specific questions. Do you want to elaborate on that? Giving you the floor.
Yes. And again, just the things that we always want to make sure that people are prepared. We get a wide range of inquiries on a daily basis, and it's anyone from, the multi-million-dollar companies who are already making products or already selling CBD, looking for a better source, a more reputable, dependable, consistent source, right? We have those customers, and then we've got the other end of the spectrum. We have the people who they wake up in the morning and they go, I just heard about CBD. What is it? And how can I sell it?
Or they say, do you have CBB? I'm like, is that a new molecule they just found?
Or DCB.
Yeah, DCB. Yeah, that's kind of like what I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, we ask specific questions. One of the main questions, to piggyback on what Jessica said before, was, make sure you have a good legal counsel. Do you have a good legal counsel? That's very important. So having a good legal counsel is going to make sure that all the questions that you have that you're wanting us to answer, we don't want to be responsible for that. We want to make sure that you have your own counsel that'll help you with that. Second, are you capitalized? Because the hemp industry it's a business, but it's a very different business. Inventory is going to be your best friend. If you can secure as much supply as possible, you're most likely going to be one of the people that are going to succeed. Like Jessica said, some people just wake up and they say, I want to start a CBD business. They're not fully prepared. They don't have any distribution channels. They don't have the capitalization to keep stock, their inventory of stock. And that kind of goes back to distribution.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there are going to be people who are maybe not quite ready, right, to deal directly with the manufacturer, right? And with that, that's where our distributors, right, those preferred vendors, those customers of ours that do come in well prepared, right? They are now fully stocked and ready to immediately service customers who want to come in and start a little bit smaller, right?
Yeah.
Who don't have that $10,000 or more ready to go and ready to launch, right? And so that's why we love working with preferred vendors, our customers who are in the distribution for the wholesale piece of it, right? Where they can source from us and then turn around and meet the needs of the customers who can't quite meet our minimums yet, right? Because everyone has to start somewhere. And we found with this space, with this industry, that whether you're cutting out the middleman and coming directly to us, or whether you're temporarily working with a wholesaler, a distributor of ours, either way, the margins are so great in this industry that you can still scale and get to the point where you can come directly to the manufacturer.
Absolutely, and we live and breathe this industry. I mean, day in, day out, it's so explosive, and we're on the front lines with the biggest company in the United States, if not the world. And so we have certain insight, and we try to share that with our customer. One thing that I always do is I tell my customer, hey, stock up. Get as much as you can. Some people listen, some people don't. The ones that don't listen are the ones that are getting their order and selling out immediately. And they're beating our doors down like, hey, I need more product. And unfortunately, the way that the industry is right now, the supply for the world demand is nowhere near close to what we need to supply everyone. We sell out on a monthly basis. Sell out. Our supply contract customers, which are customers that come in with a contract for 12 months, that lock in a supply for a certain amount, those customers always are first in line to receive their product. They get their product month in, month out. Everyone else is in a queue. And like I said, we sell out. So the queue could be 4 weeks, it could be 6 weeks. But our supply contract customers are the ones that listen and say, hey, we need this, we have our distribution set up, we want a supply contract.
Mm-hmm. And just another side note as far as, okay, if I'm going to stock up, well, what if, right? What is worst case scenario? Well, our products do have an 18-month shelf life. And we don't see any products sitting around collecting dust. I mean, like Robert said, we the manufacturer, we cannot keep up with the demand enough that we actually have inventory sitting around, right? We don't have inventory on the shelf. We are working and extracting on a daily basis, hourly basis to extract the oil and produce these finished products, and the demand is huge.
Correct, yeah, which kind of brings up the expansion that we're going through at Folium. So we are we're under huge expansion. We just brought on another 103,000 square feet that's solely going to be for extraction. And we're bringing on another 20,000 square feet that's going to be solely for our chromatography. So it's a constant race to make sure that we're able to keep up with the demand, and it's huge.
Yeah. Actually, to kind of elaborate a little bit more on that as well, we're currently steadily increasing our capacity, right? With this expansion that we've undergone, installing new equipment, expanding square footage, bringing on, new employees on a regular basis. We're currently at around 2,000 active kilos per month, right? So 1 million milligrams of CBD in a kilo times 2,000, right? And we're increasing, right? So February, March, 3,000 to 4,000 active kilos per month. April, May, 16,000 active kilos per month, right? Increasing steadily. We just launched we just actually completed a contract for Canada. Medicine Hat Canada will be opening up. And we plan to, by the end of this year, be at over 100,000 active kilos per month capacity. So imagine the growth. No one, I don't know if you guys saw our CEO Cash speak the other night. No one invests that kind of time and capital for a maybe, right? Yeah. So it's really exciting what's going on with the industry right now, and it's even more exciting. I mean, you kind of mentioned this a little bit ago, just the sheer fact that so many people are receiving such great benefits from the product, right? What about Vision 2020?
Yeah. So Dr. Raj Gupta, our chief scientific officer, so he's very passionate about the use of our cannabinoids. So by the year 2020, Dr. Raj plans on eradicating opioid use for PTSD and Alzheimer's. He's calling it Vision 2020. Our specific products are going to help with that. So with that being said, we'd like to engage with people. Any more questions out there of what we went over so far? Yes, sir.
In the example of Philocana that you mentioned,
yes.
They have this inability to take the CBD that you guys make and put it in olive oil, and I'm sure there's thousands of different SKU lines of different products where people use your raw materials. Do they do that infusion of their olive oil themselves, or if I were to come up with an idea and say, I want to put CBD in this, can I come to you and you help me do that? Is there a charge for that? Like, how does that work?
That's a great question, and there's multiple facets to that question. So we can do that, right? That's what we do for them. They have this amazing olive oil, the best that we've ever seen, best I've ever seen, best anyone has ever seen. Then you take our oil, which is the best in the world. It's the best that anyone has ever seen, and you infuse that together. We don't even know what it does yet. But we are working on figuring that out. So yeah, we can do that for you. Now, another piece to that is, say for instance, this product becomes a hit. We love this product. We would probably, and we've done this with multiple things, we'd probably come to you and say, hey, that's an awesome product. We would like to add that to our product line. How do you feel about that? Some people might say, hey, no, that's ours, which is fine. Hey, go for it. Keep rolling. We love your product. Some people, and which we've brought on, like, for example, our face masks. That was a contract manufacturer that was just sourcing product from us that were making other things, and they were rocking and rolling, and then they came knocking on our door one day to Dr. Raj and said, hey, look at what I made. Can you make this better? So we said, yeah. We can take our nano-emulsion, infuse that into your masks, do some testing on it, and ultimately it came out as a product that we dropped on our product line, and that product has been rocking and rolling. So yeah, we can definitely do that. We're a full turnkey solution for most things.
Yes, most things.
It's a great question.
There are certain things that we will do custom formulations on, and we do them rather well. for example, our soft gels, right? Our soft gels and our technology there, working with our water-soluble nano-emulsion platform of the CBD in the soft gel. I don't know if you guys have had a sample, right? We were handing out some samples of those at the booth. That is something that we do really well. And yes, we can customize those soft gels. Depending on, depending on the product, depending on what the request is, the formulation, those will have some higher minimums, right? But it's definitely, worth a conversation. Some other things that we can, talk about customizing would be tinctures, dog chews, balm or salve, right? That's another an option.
Right. Or if you just have an idea, we'll say, yeah, that's something that we can do. Or, you know what, that might be something that you might need to get with a contract manufacturer to work with on.
And that's actually another, as business to global business development strategists, right? That's kind of our mouthful of a title, right? We see ourselves as being able to help work with customers on a regular basis, and really what that means is that when you are working with us, Robert and I, we like to say that we're not necessarily the smartest people at the company, but in a sense, we're actually geniuses because we have everyone at the company behind us, right? And so through us, you have access to, all the chemists and the scientists and the R&D and the, the executives. You have access to all of this. And the other thing you have access to are people that we work with our customers, contract manufacturers, people who do formulations, co-packers, the bottling and labeling, all of these different services, merchant processing, banking, all of these people that you may or may not have contact with, but through us and as our customers, that's something that we can help you with.
And let me just kind of piggyback on that. That's not a Folium process. That's nothing that Folium does. Based on the exploration that we do with our customers, the connections that we have, our reach is very far. So we can determine if this is someone that we can pair up with a contract manufacturer to do certain things. And we're happy to do it because it helps our customer get to the market faster. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
I want to ask you, all your production is in Colorado, and the farming and the manufacturing in CBD, everything?
Yes, so I'll touch on the farming first. We have our own fields in Colorado, and then we also have farmers that we contract with. They're growing our strain with our processes in Oregon, Kentucky, North Carolina, as well as Colorado. And all of the production is done in Colorado Springs, the extraction, producing the ingredients and finished products. And of course, ultimately we hope that it will be that same footprint here.
Exactly. So we have over 300,000 square feet of production space total.
Colorado Springs.
Follow biofarming?
Can you repeat that, sir?
You follow biological farming?
We have organically grown products. Yep, pesticide-free. And to kind of piggyback on that, our plants, I mean, they're gorgeous. When you see a field that, as far as the eye can see, just looks like cannabis, it's beautiful. And that's also a great selling point for our customers. Our customers, we almost request, hey, during our grow phases, please come out, take drone footage, take pictures of you in the fields, smelling the plant, holding the plant, so that you can use that as marketing collateral for your website, so your customer knows, hey, this is not male industrial hemp. There's something special about this plant. I want to buy that product.
Mm-hmm. And just to show to have our customers show their customers that they know where their product is coming from.
Absolutely. It's so important to inform your customer, like I was saying in the beginning, of where your product is coming from, because there's so many jokers out there that will, and we see it all the time, that will say, hey, this is this, but then when you get it, and there's nothing on the label that specifically says what's in that product. It'll say hemp oil. What's in that? Can you be more specific? 9 times out of 10, it's not what you think it is. So it's very important that your customer knows exactly where your product comes from, and that's where Folium shines. Quality, consistency, transparency, those are our mottos. So, moving on, products that we have available. We can kind of go through. There's a lot. So we start with the bulk oil, the raw oil. That's where we start with. A lot of people will take the oil and make multiple different products. We have customers that make cookies. They'll make shampoos. They'll make conditioners. Lots of different things that can just start with the bulk oil. We make a water-soluble powder, which is a full spectrum powder that has total phytocannabinoid-rich properties, full spectrum, 20% ratio of CBD, and a water-soluble form in powder.
And that product is, we like to focus on nano-emulsions, right? That product is not a nano-emulsion just because of the fact that it's in a powdered form, right? It's no longer oil particles suspended in liquid, but it is made from that nano-emulsion, right, as a spray-dried product. So the bioavailability of that is going to be greater than just an oil-based, right?
It's one of my favorite products. It's so versatile. I mean, you can eat it, you can put it on topically, you can make tons of stuff with that product.
We actually make that's what our dog chews are made out of. I know none of you tried the dog chews, right?
You should. They're great.
That's why we have the mints at the booth also, for if you try the dog chews.
They're great on the trail, like if you're just, walking around. But yeah, no, that's kind of awesome because we're made of water, people. We're made of water. That's one of the reasons why we don't make anything synthetic. We make things that are water soluble. We need to get the CBD into our system as fast and efficacious as possible. Another product that we make is water soluble liquid. This water soluble liquid is a 35% concentration with a nanometer particle size of 25 nanometers, geared for cosmetics, things that are topical, creams, lotions, things like that. Things that are going to make a high bioavailable product.
But also our soft gels are made with that water-soluble liquid.
Yes.
Again, you could probably imagine that at a 35% concentration, right, of a plant-derived hemp oil, that 35% concentration is not going to taste very good, right? So we've taken the soft gel technology, encapsulated it. Those, actually, I love the soft gels because of the fact that they are water-soluble nano-emulsion, right? So the particle size, along with that water-soluble aspect, makes them 3 to 5 times more bioavailable than an oil-based form, right? So when you think about the fact of, like a tincture, right? A tincture is a great product. It's centuries old, right? Sublingual, a couple drops under the tongue, hold it as long as possible. But even with that, it has a quick onset, but only roughly 10% of that CBD is going to be absorbed into the system, right? So, okay, that's great. But then when you think about a soft gel, again, with that water-soluble nano-emulsion platform, now 3 to 5 times more. So your body's actually going to absorb 30 to 50% of that dose that you've just taken, right? So less waste, more efficacy. And the other part about those is being designed with a time-release capsule. They are designed to stay intact through the stomach and then be absorbed in the gut. So again, maximum absorption.
What's awesome also, and I just remembered, we just launched a nano tincture. Just remembered. So we just launched another awesome creation by Dr. Raj, the magician. We created a tincture that has a very small particle size that you can take orally. It gets into the oral mucosa. Onset is in minutes rather than hours. So another product line that you can add different SKUs, to your product line. We're always innovating, but this is another awesome product that we just launched as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of my other favorite products is probably the new energy drink mix. So energy and recovery, right, made with the water-soluble powder. So again, maximum absorption there, efficacy into the body. But also the other great things about that, it's the ideal sports drink, right? It's got branched chain amino acids, vitamins, that water-soluble CBD, and then of course caffeine, right? So in one serving, it has 20 milligrams of CBD, 150 milligrams of caffeine, which can be quite a boost, right? For some people, I like a half serving myself with 10 milligrams of CBD, still in that water-soluble format, quite an effective dose. And then 75 milligrams of caffeine. And it tastes great. Again, I don't know how Dr. Raj does it, but that's probably the best tasting hemp product that I've tried.
And we have a few free samples left at the booth. We're at booth AR13. That's a product I take every day. I sell this stuff, and I'm not just saying this. It's the best hemp tasting product that I've ever had, ever. The effect of it is amazing. Best product that I've seen so far, other than the face mask. So that product is a product that's another turnkey solution. We've made it really easy for our customers. Everything is turnkey. That's a product that comes in bulk. What we do is we pair you up with a contract manufacturer that can put that into a stick pack. Your customer drops that in a bottle of water. You don't even have to shake it. You can shake it a little bit, but it'll become fully suspended in a solution of the water just by letting it sit. So your customer will drop it in there, shake it up a bit. They're off and running. And it's not like a jolt of energy. It's a level focus that you'll get from that product. Another product, again, I'm going to touch on the face mask. So the face mask is a product that we just launched. It's selling like crazy. The markup on that is amazing. It's still very affordable for your customer. It's a nanotized CBD face mask that's made with Tencel. So it's not the thin type of mask that'll just fall off of your face. It's a very high quality, thick face mask that is infused with a proprietary water-soluble technology that you can sell from anywhere from $10 on a low retail end to a $15 retail price on maybe a high-end spa or someplace like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was gonna touch on the Tencel, a fabric-like material. So great for enhancing the absorption of the CBD into the skin. And I like the way that, if you can't tell, we're fans of Dr. Raj. Dr. Raj Gupta. He describes it as basically with too much CBD, it's like being, like a fire hose, right? Like too much. He had to work at this product. He's very proud of it to find the perfect dose. And he found that the 10 milligrams with, again, that water-soluble format was the ideal dose for one application for the permeation into the skin. And we've found, his research comes from looking at other ingredients, right, that are then put into a nanotized form. And so many research articles, so much data behind different ingredients in a nanotized form and their enhanced absorption into the skin, and the same follows, right? We infer that with cannabinoids, it's the same effect, the same efficacious product with a nano emulsion.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Go for it.
Yes.
What does CBD do to your face?
Yeah.
So our dermis has an endocannabinoid system. So the pore size in our skin is roughly 1,000 nanometers, right? So now we're adding a particle size that's close to 25 to 30 nanometers in a water-soluble format onto your face. So you're going to receive the bioavailability of that nanotized product on your face.
Yeah, and the benefits of CBD to the skin are vast. A few things, first and foremost, it helps, just like CBD can help to balance out other systems of the body, it helps to balance out, mainly the number one thing is oil production, right? And so if your skin is too oily, it can help to not be so oily. If it's not oily enough, it can help increase oil production. So that in turn, is related to hydration, right? And hydration, of course, is related to signs of aging, right? So when you balance out the oil production, that helps, right? Also balancing out skin tone, the texture, again, related to hydration. But it also helps with acne. It helps with different skin irritations, right? Calming things like psoriasis, eczema, right?
Rosacea.
Rosacea, yes.
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 We saw a great, testimonial before and after pictures of someone who had been using the soft gels.
The 25 milligram regular soft gel.
Twice a day?
Twice a day.
Twice a day, along with the new CBD face mask, 3 or 4 times a week. She was using that, and the redness of her skin was greatly reduced in just about, I think it was 4 or 6 weeks.
It was amazing. She showed before and after, and it was gone. And I'm starting to learn this stuff. I use these products, right? But spoken like a true female, so to speak, right? I mean, I'm metro. I'm totally metro. I get manicures, I get pedicures. Now I do face masks.
His toes look better than mine do.
I actually posted a picture on my social media page with the face mask, and people were like, "Oh my God, what's that? You look like Jason, from Friday the 13th." But I didn't care because my endocannabinoid system in my face is being fed. So, but yeah, any questions on finished products?
Oh gosh, we're at what, 50 minutes? Okay, we have a few more minutes for questions. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Lily.
I would like to go back to Sylvia's question.
Yes.
Okay.
You're a manufacturer. We, simple clients, we don't know you, but we can know you through your other clients that offer their products to us.
No, you can come direct. You can come direct.
No, but I'm saying before we arrive to the point to say that, yeah, we choose you. We cannot see you, but we can see you through your clients. So we need to know some of your clients at least to have an idea of how we can learn about them.
No. You can. We actually prefer that you come, and visit, talk to us, sit down in our rooms, come take a tour of our extraction facility, even take a tour of our fields. We want you to do that. And if you're not able to meet the minimums that we require, then we would say, hey, now that we've pulled the curtain back and you've seen everything, you've met with our chemist, you've met with our team, you've seen our extraction process, you've seen everything. Does this look like a good fit for you now? And if it's not now, then we would say, let's see what we can do, partnering you up with someone that can get you the product immediately so that you can launch into your market space. Does that help?
I am like to a more simple step, like, okay, I'm in Greece and I'm thinking to do that.
Yes.
I do not come to visit.
Come on. Yeah, come on.
In America, so
Yes.
if I see that, okay, these people have made products
Yes.
for this big company, this big company, this big
Yes.
company. So yeah, I will contact them.
She means from a customer.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
One thing that I will say again, it goes back to I know, right? You want to see basically like the testimonials of other businesses who are succeeding with our products, right? And I understand that. it goes back to, again, that just that courtesy that, not everyone wants people to know who their supplier is, right? So again, we can't just publish a list, but we can have it all starts with the relationship, right? Where we can have these conversations. We can't just disclose to you anyone and everyone who uses our products. Of course, it has to be the people who have made, again, through our other customers, established relationships that they have said, yes, I want to become a preferred distributor, a preferred vendor of your products, and then again, right, having those relationships and being able to give that information. One other thing I will say on a side note to that is that when you start to study our website and our catalog, our product descriptions, and then you go and you start to look at other companies, a lot of times you'll see our product descriptions, people will copy and paste directly from our catalog onto their website. Now, I don't recommend that you do that. I recommend that you, set yourself apart a little bit and try a little bit more to make it your own, right? But you will, through some research out in the market, you will start to discover who has our products. Yeah.
Absolutely, and people know it.
Yeah.
Sylvia?
Does your extraction process make it possible for a customer to know which farm they're actually sourcing from, or does that stuff all end up together?
So there's, like Cash was saying, there's requirements that fall under Folium processes in order to be in contract with us. So you must follow every single protocol from start to finish. Based on our certifications and everything, the farmer must have all of those qualifications in place to ensure that we control that entire process. So it must be the same. So it technically will be coming directly from Folium. Does that help?
But to elaborate a little bit more, no, you won't be able to tell that the oil that you received was from our specific farm in Kentucky. Yeah. But like Cash had elaborated the other night, basically due to our extraction processes, the variability from each of the farms and each of the crops and each of the plants, all of that variability is reduced by our extraction process.
Thank you, yeah.
And purification.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you can imagine, just as a kind of a side note to that, a lot of times we think of cannabis and we think of, maybe indoor cultivation under a couple lights, or maybe in a warehouse or outside in someone's farm or backyard, right? Whatever the case may be. Very small scale, right? But when we're talking about thousands and thousands of acres, right? Even when you go to one specific plot of land that we have, that we take customers to, is roughly 400 acres, right? And when you go, this is kind of what Robert was saying. You go and you stand out there, and it's just fields and fields and acres. It's just never-ending cannabis, right? And so if you can imagine just the sheer scale of not only planting and cultivating and caring for these plants, but then a piece that a lot of people don't think about when they want to grow hemp is harvest. What are you going to do with all of these plants, right? So it becomes not just let me pick, harvest a couple plants in the backyard or in the specific room or warehouse. It becomes a full-on agricultural scale production.
Absolutely.
It's, there's acres and acres, right?
And
so.
I know we're winding down, and that's a great point, Jessica. We really appreciate it, but we would love to ask, does anyone have any last-minute questions? Any burning questions? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Your products, you can find here in Greece in Filocana.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, they have some of our product. Correct. we're hoping to do a lot more. So we're at booth AR13. If you guys have any questions, if you want any free samples, we're more than happy to help. We really appreciate you. We love being here, and thank you for the opportunity. We hope that we're invited again next year. Thank you.
Thank you.